This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Today is Sem Gedalia, so I would like to focus on one of the Slichas that we say on Sem Gedalia. It's a particular Slicha that I find very moving. The name of Slicha, Slicha Nun Zayin. It's called Teichacha, rebuke. Now, there are different types of Slichas. Some are called Akeda. Kamat, we usually say one Slicha a day that has something to do with the Akeda. The different forms, different types of Slichas. This type of Slicha is Musar, it's rebuke. So this is very poignant and moving rebuke. So I just want to go through it with you. So the Baal Slicha says, Yazov Rasha Nesivai. Let the wicked man forsake his path. Obviously from the pasuk that we learned today, Yazov Rasha Darkai. V'yachnia rum levavai, and he should humble the arrogance of his heart. So part of the Teshuvah process, aside from stopping the actions of sin, stopping the actual averos, is also part of Teshuvah is to humble oneself. V'yashoy vel Hashem, and one should return to Hashem. V'rachameh, Hashem will have mercy on him b'shuvah as he returns. But you need to do this b'terem yisafeh, before you end. In other words, before you expire. Or your last day comes. In other words, don't wait till it's too late. Azev na ben adam, azev na, forsake please, man, forsake. What should you forsake? Azev shemetz, forsake your filth. Forsake your filth. The filth of sin. Sin is filthy, it's dirty, it's disgusting. Vidiba, forsake your speech, your bad speech. Now this is referring obviously to the sins of speech. Lashon hara, rechilos, sheker, chanufa. There are many, many sins of speech. But in general, it says in Tanakh, B'roiv dvarim la yechtal pesha. There's no way to speak a lot and to avoid sin. It's impossible. Somewhere, if you speak a lot, eventually it's going to borderline somewhere, somehow on sin. And you need to do this b'tarem tesoifeif, before you fly away. Doesn't mean fly away on vacation. It's a long vacation.
Oh, it says
Kayonim el aruba, like doves to a dovecot. In other words, it means before you fly away. The Hanoi Sheba, and the creditor comes, the collector comes. Lakachas aruba, to take your security. When the creditor,
right?
well, this is an Eravon. This is the security.
Nice. And the aruba.
Because the creditor is coming soon. The creditor is coming, and to collect all the debts. Every time a person does an avera, it's a debt. It's a debt that you have to pay. It doesn't go away. Just because nobody's calling and banging down the door doesn't mean it's not a debt. It's a debt. Lachein shuv. Therefore, return uzachar es hayom haba. And remember the day that's coming. Ki hayoim kotzer. The day is short. V'hamalacha meruba. There's a lot to do. A lot to do in this world. Look at the shelves. There's a lot to do. Miyitein alibay. Who will place to their heart? B'terem yisafeh. Before you end. Yoim hayava, or your last day comes. The last day. In other words,
together, it was the same idea.
On the last day, everyone's going to remember, oh, I forgot there's something called Shas. Forgot about that. It's going to be hard to learn the whole Shas on the last day. Azna, azevna ben adam, azevna. Forsake, man, forsake. What should you forsake? Azoiv havle ha'olam hazeh. Forsake the emptiness, the vanities, the frivolities of this world. V'harchek. Don't just forsake it. Distance yourself from it. Ki machar tivka me'asher boi hayom tischak. Tomorrow you will cry for what you laugh for today. Tomorrow you will cry for what you laugh for today. Go Yankees! Yeah! Today you're laughing. Today you're enjoying. Tomorrow, you might not be so happy that you spend so much time. Uviksav ish yirivecha, and when your adversary writes it down, kisavach lo yimachek, your writing will not be erased. So I believe this means the following, like we say in the Nasana Tevek, v'choisam yad kol adam bay. You sign, when they show you your action, you're gonna say, "Well, I never did that." So you never did. You signed it yourself. In Shemayim, your signature goes on everything you did, and you're not gonna be able to erase it. You're not gonna. Oh, wait a second. You're gonna pull out the pencil. This is not number 2 pencil. You could erase it. This is permanent marker.
So who's writing it down? You said your adversary.
The adversary writes it. The Makachugim writes it down, and your handwriting you will not be able to erase. Maybe referring to your signature on it.
If you write it down and you sign off and saying I agree that this is what the case is.
It's like
he takes a deposition and you're signing that.
You sign that you did it. It's like when my son, the other day, he was coloring. But instead of coloring with the erasable markers, he was coloring on paper with the permanent marker. Now, permanent marker on paper, it goes right through the paper and onto the table. So luckily there's something called soft soap that you can get out permanent marker. It also gets off most of the table. But there's still a remnant. So, you're going to come upstairs, you're going to come up with soft soap, with rubbing alcohol, you're going to be scrubbing.
No, you have to make him sign. He was responsible.
V'lo yoyo matan, gifts are not going to help. Rebbeinu Shalom, here's my credit card. V'lo shoichad b'cheik, you can't shtup the Rebbeinu Shalom. Bribery is not going to help. And in this world, the workers are very lazy. We're all very lazy. And just because we're lazy, but the Baal Habayis Rebbeinu Shalom, he pressures us. He has high expectations for us. And Ish Hariv Nigash, the adversary, will approach. V'gam Nitzav L'Riva, and he's going to stand tall to do his job. So remember this. B'terem Yisafeh Oyoim Oyavai, before your end, before the last day comes. Azavna ben Adam Azavna, forsake man, forsake. Azov Yikar Olam Noideid Nedoid, forsake the enjoyment of this temporary world. Ki Aruch Tafteh, because Tafteh is prepared. What's Tafteh? Tafteh is Gehenna. Tafteh is the hot place. Because Gehenna has already been prepared. B'chalav v'chidai, with all of its flames and all of its cauldrons. Zecharna achrischa, remember your end. Be'ez tushad shadaid, at the time, what does it mean, tushad shadaid? When you'll be robbed of everything. Remember your end, and your end you'll be robbed of everything. You're going to come to Shamayim. Where's my wallet?
What is the shoreship that means robbed?
Like shadud, like pillaged, like shadud, to booty to be taken from you, to be pillaged. Ki chol ach yomer ha'ach. All your brothers, all your friends can't help you upstairs. Nobody could help you. No friends, no relatives, no acquaintances, nothing anybody could do for you. And therefore do Teshuvah. Prepare yourself in the anteroom, in the hallway, so you could enter the palace. B'terem Yisafeh, before your end, Oyoima Yavai. or your day will come. Azevna ben Adam azevna, please forsake man, forsake. Azoiv yetzer, forsake your evil inclination. Asher nafshecha oheves, that your soul loves so much. Your nefesh habahamis.
He uses the term ben Adam like he still uses it all the time.
Yeah.
Just the person.
Leave the Yetzer Hara that your soul loves so much. The timer, and you should say, Nafshi, say to your soul, Mutav shati chayav, it's better, my soul, that you be in pain. Because at first, when you leave your pleasures and your frivolities, it's going to be a little bit painful. You're so used to certain things. Well, tell your soul, better for you to be in pain, mishetach petzi mibar acher shoyeves, than that I should desire to draw from another well. That means the Torah is ber mayim chayim. And whenever a person looks elsewhere for happiness, for enjoyment, it's like drawing from another well. So you say, what's the big deal? Who knows what I do in the privacy of my house? Does anybody know? Who's going to testify against me? V'im taimar, mi ye'ideni shani shoycheves. Who will testify against me when I lay down? Well, hapinkas pasuach, the book is open. The hayod koiseves, and the Rebbe Shalom is writing everything down. Shuvi, do tshuva, v'sizki le'asa lavai, and b'zoicha ta'olam haba. B'terem yisafeh, before your end comes, ayama yavai, or your last day. Azevna ben Adam azevna. Please forsake, man, forsake. Azoiv nachas ha'olam hazeh. Forsake the enjoyment of this world, the simcha and the happiness of this world. The terem noid ruchacha, before your soul flies away. B'chol pina v'rucha, to every corner and wind. V'yeinecha sirena gehina im psucha, and your eyes see Gehenna open wide.
What's the difference between kafta and Gehenna?
Different ways of saying it. What's the word, how does tafta refer to Gehenna?
Well, Gehenna is tough, so the beginning is
Gehenna is tough. Well, is there a Yeshaya here? Or is it?
Should be over there. I'm amongst those.
In Yeshaya, Parak Lamed, Pasuk Lamed Gimel, Ki Aruch Me'esmal Tafta. That's where this word comes from. Rashi says Tafta Gehenna. Why? Shekol Hamispata B'Yitzray Noifel Sham. Whoever is seduced by their Yetzer goes there. So Tafta means those who are seduced, those who were persuaded by the Yetzer Hara. Interesting, and it's interesting in Yeshaya it says Ki Aruch Me'esmal Tafta. It was prepared from yesterday. What does it mean yesterday? The second day of creation.
Hashem already determined there was going to be a need for a Gehenna in the second day of creation, even before Adam was created.
Why is Gehenna referred to something that was created esmal? Why is Gehenna called something that's called, it was created, says Rashi, how do we know Gehenna was created on the second day? It was created on a day that has a yesterday, it has a tomorrow, and it doesn't have a shulshan. It has a yesterday, but it doesn't have a day before yesterday. What day was there ever that has a yesterday and doesn't have a day before yesterday? Second day of creation. That's why it's called the day. So you see how the authors of the Slichas were expert in the words of Tanakh. So it refers to Gehenna. He says, when the Gehenna is open before you, V'sham tiyeh nafshecha srufa, there your soul will be burnt, V'gam kesucha, and cut off. Umeyayin basa, and where do you come from? Milecha srucha, from a putrid liquid. V'ata hoylech, so you don't come from such a great place. Vishtamti, I come from a smelly drop. And where are you going? V'ata hoylech lemkoim shachas v'shuchan. You're going to a place, a deep place, a lowly place. V'cheshbon titein, and you're going to have to give an accounting. L'sam avim rechuvai, to the one who makes clouds his chariot. You have to give an accounting before Hashem. So you need to think about this. B'terem yisafeh, before your end. Ayayim ayavai, before your last day. So this is
Somebody should always be depressed. There's no simcha in this world.
No, you should be very happy in this world.
So the way it says here,
But you have to know where to get happiness. Somebody who lives with recognition that this world is temporary, it brings happiness. Why?
It's a better place to go to.
If somebody insults you, you go, yeah, this is just the hallway. I'm not even there yet. When you don't have everything you need, this is just the hallway. This is just the preparation. It puts things in a certain perspective.
where's the simcha coming?
The simcha, when you use the hallway for the right reason and you take advantage of your time here, gives a person happiness that he's doing Yismach Leiv Vakshe Hashem. Those who seek Hashem are happy. So this is the Slicha Nun Zayin for Tzayim Gedalia, and this is a Slicha of Teichacha.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.